Muy buenas a todos, soy Mayachi, bienvenidos a un nuevo juego, bienvenidos a un nuevo indie, bienvenidos a The Raven Remastered, juego que salió el 13 de marzo de este 2018 y que gracias a THQ Nordic pues me ha enviado una clave para probarlo y lo vamos a subir al canal. Es una aventura gráfica con mucho diálogo, lo que he podido ver, pero bueno, tiene pinta, gráficamente me gusta y tiene pinta buena. Yo creo que nos lo vamos a pasar bien, así que vamos a darle a ver qué nos depara este The Raven. Lo dicho, es una aventura gráfica. La he estado probando un poquito, gráficamente me ha gustado mucho. Me ha parecido un poco demasiado. Hay mucho diálogo, hay muchísimo diálogo y creo que es muy importante. Pero bueno, creo que nunca he jugado a una aventura gráfica de este corte, de este palo. Y vamos a ver, pues, si es lo suficientemente interesante como para llegar hasta el final, que yo creo que sí.
The Raven's heir. Soon as one of them's caught, another one takes his place. Hey, Harold, have you read this? Harold?
Gráficamente es así, la verdad que está muy bien.
Harold? Harold? You hear me? This is no time for fun and games.
No voy a leer los subtítulos porque al estarlos en inglés me imagino que no entenderíamos ni uno ni otro. Y así de paso práctico hago oído con mi super inglés de Bacapilla.
I'm a copper. We're on the same side.
A copper? What are you doing here? And where's Harold?
Harold? Well, there's another guard back there unconscious. That's probably him. The Eye of the Sphinx. Where is it?
It's there.
Oh, good. Then he hasn't got it yet.
You mean the Raven's heir?
Shh! Turn it off. He's gonna steal the eye.
But how do you know?
Doesn't matter. All that matters is that we catch him. Do you understand?
Yeah, but
Do you understand? You and me, mate, we'll be heroes. All right, now, we just have to...
what?
Pues no, básicamente no lo van a pillar.
Halt! Stop! You're under arrest!
The Raven. Muy bien. Pues sí tenemos la introducción. Acaban de robar la joya de la corona. El Orient Express. Oh, mítico tren.
Hands up!
I don't have time to play. I'm on duty.
Vaya, ha dejado hecho polvo el crío.
You're funny, but you don't look like a real cop. You don't even have a revolver.
Esto es lo que hay. Tenemos que ir eligiendo diálogos, lo que no sé hasta qué punto será importante o relevante elegir uno u otro, o dará igual. Pero bueno, vamos a darle.
Disturbing a Swiss officer while he reads a crime novel is a very serious offense. I
A la
could
cárcel.
arrest you.
But I have a pistol, and you don't.
Where in the world is it so dangerous that I'd need a pistol? And who might you be?
My name is Matthew Miller,
And where are you from, Matthew Miller?
from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. But my mom and I live in England now. She's taking care of some rich old lady. We're on our way to Venice at the moment. We're taking a cruise on a big ship.
Impressive. You've already seen half the world. I've spent my entire life in Switzerland.
Must be really boring.
And what's with the gun? What do you need it for?
It's the Raven. He was gunned down, so now I need a pistol.
Dead birds don't need guns. Nor do live ones.
You don't know who the Raven is, do you? He's the greatest burglar ever. He stole paintings from the Louvre and those priceless eggs with gold and diamonds and stuff. And Bobby Dobbs says he replaced the crown jewels with rhinestones.
I know who the Raven was. Although I don't quite buy that bit about the crown jewels.
Me gusta la musiquita.
You do know these days there are thieves far more dangerous than your old Raven. 2 days ago, a precious ruby was stolen from the British Museum. There was an explosion. A guard was severely injured.
Really?
Yeah. And you know what the papers say?
You talk too much, Constable.
Zellner, monsieur. Anton Jakob Zellner.
Or did he pull a gun on you?
No, monsieur.
Get a move on.
Inspector Legrand, it's a great honor to work with a celebrity like you.
We appreciate the support of the Swiss police, but it'd be better if you'd remain seated and keep an eye on things.
But, monsieur, surely I can be of assistance, somehow. I saw a safe being loaded.
We have everything under control. If you'll excuse me, I'll be in the first freight car at the back of the train for the rest of the trip.
I'm not here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I am a good observer, and I have finally honed powers of deduction.
O es como la señora Fletcher.
Thanks to that,
I watched the people on the platform in Zurich. I know, for example, that man over there is a violinist.
that would be more impressive if there weren't a violin case next to him.
And I believe that the gentleman in the next carriage is a German doctor on his way to Italy to take up a new position.
And what gives you that idea?
There's the rod of Asclepius engraved on his cufflink. And he's carrying a German-Italian dictionary.
Maybe he's just taking a holiday in Italy, following in Goethe's footsteps.
Too much luggage. And no, he's not retiring to Italy either. The suitcases are too shabby for me to believe that he can afford to retire in his late 50s.
All right then, Constable...
Zellner.
Constable Zellner. If you're such a clever fellow, what am I doing on this train?
I think you're guarding something.
Oh, really? And what might it be?
I really couldn't say. But it must be very important.
Why is that?
Because you are very important. They wouldn't have assigned the case to you if it were just a trifle.
Haciendo la pelota.
Let's assume that we really are transporting something very important on this train. And let's assume that it really is my job to see that it arrives safely. Then why isn't the train crawling with police?
You don't want to arouse attention.
Évident. But why not?
It's a trap.
You've got a vivid imagination. I'll give you that. Well, that is impressive, I admit. But the fewer people involved, the better. Get along fine without you.
You won't.
Won't? Pardonnez-moi.
I can help, and I will help. You're in my country, and I've been ordered to assist you. And that's exactly what I'll do, whether you like it or not.
Clever and stubborn. Your commitment speaks volumes, Zelna. But this is my show, and I don't need you. Bon voyage.
But how do you know?
Pues así debe ser el juego. Ahí tenemos, nos han escrito algo, una nota. Veremos a ver qué nos dice nuestro diario.
You cheated.
I did what?
I saw you talking to the German doctor on the platform. He told you everything himself, and you were just pretending to put 2 and 2 together.
And what of it? Do you know who that is? That's Inspector Nicholas Legrand. You have to impress him if you want to work with him.
I'm going to tell on you.
You'd really tell on me? To the very policeman who shot your dear Raven?
Whoa, it was him?
Mm-hmm. Hunted and killed Europe's most famous burglar. That's how he got his start.
I won't tell him a thing.
I wouldn't either. All right, Matthew. I have to do my work now.
Everyone calls me Matt. Well, except for my mom. She calls me Maddie, as if I were a little kid.
Whether Legrand wants my help or not, I'll keep my eyes open. Maybe I can change his mind.
¿Quieres saber más del controles del juego tutorial? Sí, ¿no? Pues ya que estamos, sí. Para examinar un objeto, haz clic en él. Haz clic en el papel del sándwich sobre la mesa. Examina el papel. Vale, se nos cambia una lupa. El puntero.
This morning I thought I wouldn't be hungry because of all the excitement. Thankfully, I bought a sandwich with me anyway.
Si vuelves a situar el cursor del ratón sobre el papel del sándwich, verás que cambia de forma y que en la parte inferior de la pantalla pone coger el papel del sándwich. Haz clic de nuevo para cogerlo. Coger el papel del sándwich. Vale. Muy bien. Mueve el cursor hacia la parte inferior de la pantalla. Ahí se encuentra el inventario. En él podrás ver todos los objetos que lleva la gente a Zelner. Servilleta de papel y papel de sándwich. Ahora puedes usar el papel de sándwich con otros objetos. Ponlo sobre el corazón de la manzana que hay sobre la mesa y haz clic izquierdo sobre él. Envolver el corazón de la manzana con el papel del sándwich. Vuelve a abrir el inventario y haz clic derecho sobre el papel del sándwich. Papel del sándwich con corazón de manzana. Clic derecho.
I wrap the apple core in the sandwich paper. That way I can carry it without making a mess of my trouser pocket. Still, I'd prefer not to have to carry them all day.
Ni que decir que también puedes usar entre sí los objetos situados en el inventario. Haz clic izquierdo sobre la servilleta de papel y a continuación sobre el papel del sándwich alimentario. Bla 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 bla. Aquí. Combinar basura.
The napkin came with the croissant I bought at the train station. A guilty pleasure. I don't need that either.
Esto así como las muñecas estas rusas, una dentro de otra, así a 20.000 papeles. Vamos a deshacernos de él. Desecha la basura de tu inventario tirándola al cenicero de la mesa. Mira el papel.
Every table has its own waste basket. Every table has...
Vale.
Every table
O sea, los otros
has
botones
its
hacen lo
own-
mismo. Venga, pique, pique. Hala. Ha sido fácil, ¿verdad? Ya sabes todo lo que hay que saber sobre los controles del juego, que te diviertas. Venga, a ver si es verdad.
All right.
Bueno, me imagino que ahora que quiero ver esto. Esto es mi cuaderno de notas, el regreso del cuerpo. Este es el blog de notas privado del agente Jacob Zelner. Si encuentras este cuaderno, envíalo directamente a la sede central de la policía, ¿vale? Ha robado un rubí de gran valor del Museo Británico de Londres. Se trata de uno de los dos legendarios ojos de la Esfinge. La prensa está como loca, como cabría esperar. Acusan al nuevo cuervo de mancillar la reputación del auténtico, ya que este último nunca causó daños ni lesiones personales de sus pericias. ¿Quién es el cuervo? Busca pistas y desvela la identidad del cuerpo. Del Cuervo cabe destacar era un personaje muy estimado por la opinión pública debido a sus actos y atrevidos robos, pero hace ya meses que un imitador los importuna, y aunque este nuevo sujeto deja plumas en las escenas del delito, sus golpes carecen del carácter lúdico y el refinamiento del Cuervo original. Los últimos 3 robos han causado 5 heridos, uno de ellos de gravedad, aunque gracias a Dios no ha habido que lamentar muertes. Scotland Yard, la Interpol y el inspector Legrand no se han prestado a hacer declaraciones al respecto. Inspector Legrand. Legrand parece distinto en persona, más mayor y ajado. Sigue siendo un detective de éxito, pero corre el rumor de que en los últimos años sus métodos pecan en cierto modo de insensatez. La trampa de Legrand. Legrand parece estar teniendo una trampa al nuevo Cuervo. Debería tratar de averiguar más acerca de sus planes. Bueno, pues esto es... Vale. Imagino que si pasamos el cursor por distintos sitios, examinar el libro.
A detective novel by my favorite author, Lady Clarissa Westmacott. For years now, I've been trying to convince my theater group to stage one of her plays. The violinist is a good-looking fellow, and he's traveling through the most beautiful mountain landscape in the world. One can only hope that his violin is better tuned than he.
Está nervioso.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
If I'm not mistaken, you're a violinist.
That's true.
A wonderful instrument. The violin music touches the soul.
That's why I learned to play it.
Do you play in an orchestra?
No, orchestras aren't really part of my world.
A solo violinist. The best soloists travel a great deal and make a pile of money, or so they say.
In that case, I'm probably not one of the best.
Are you traveling to Istanbul non-stop?
No. I'll transfer in Venice to a ship. I'm on my way to Cairo.
Cairo?
I'm performing at the reception in the Egyptian Museum there.
I'm sure your recital will be a great success. But tell me, did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Anything unusual?
Persons acting suspiciously, for instance.
For heaven's sake, is there cause for concern?
Everything is in order, sir. We Swiss are just very cautious people.
I understand. No, I didn't notice anything.
Have a good trip.
Thank you.
El violinista. Hay un hombre con una funda de violín sentado en el vagón de pasajeros. Asegura ser solista. No parece un tipo saludable. Le tiembla el pulso. Afirma ir rumbo a Venecia y que luego se dirige al Cairo para dar un concierto en el museo. ¿Y cómo voy? Ah, sí, pincho voy. Ah, vale, vale.
Thanks. Pardon me.
No problem. The uniform is waterproof. Mr.
Lucio. Professor Edgar Lucio.
Oh, a professor. Are you a scientist? Do you teach at the Sorbonne?
No,
¿Qué
I
preguntón?
work at the British Museum in London.
You don't say. So, you were, shall we say, an eyewitness to the burglary 2 days ago?
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, no?
There was a lot of commotion, but I didn't really pay much attention to it.
There was a break-in in your museum, and it didn't concern you?
Well, let's just say that nothing that's happened in the last 2,000 years concerns me.
Whatever you say. The famous Inspector Legrand is on this train. I imagine you know him.
No, should I?
You don't know him? And you also don't know what he's doing here?
No. Well, why should I?
Just a thought. You're a representative of the British Museum. There's a guarded safe on the train.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're trying to imply. And now, please excuse me.
May I ask where you are going?
Of course. To Venice. I'm going to meet some colleagues there.
Oh, Venice. A beautiful city, or so I'm told.
Indeed. But I really have to take my leave now.
Just one more thing. Did you notice anything unusual on the train?
Here? On the train? No. I can't say that I have. Although I did spend most of the time in my compartment.
I don't want to take up any more of your valuable time, but you do understand, don't you, that what concerns me is the present, and especially the robbery at the museum.
Yeah, of course, of course. It's just... I'm in rather a hurry.
You'll get in touch if you notice anything unusual, won't you, Professor?
Of course, Constable. What's this?
What's the matter, sir?
The door. I can't open it.
Ah, we'll sort it out somehow. The compartment is locked.
But I didn't lock it. I don't even have a key. I asked the steward. He was going to bring me one, but he never came back.
Someone locked it.
Find the steward. He needs to bring me the key immediately.
Calm down, Professor. I'll see what I can do.
You don't understand. I have to get back in my compartment.
All right, just wait here.
Bueno. Profesor Edgar Lucian, mejor dicho, el profesor Lucian del Museo Británico de Londres, asegura que el robo del museo apenas le ha afectado. No me lo creo, parece nervioso. Comportamiento cerrado. La puerta del comportamiento del profesor Lucian está cerrada. ¿Desde fuera o desde dentro? ¿Y quién la habrá cerrado en todo caso? Bueno, vamos conociendo a distintos personajes que van entrando en escena.
I don't believe it. I never thought I'd ever meet you.
Pardon me, but we'd prefer...
It's all right, Miss Miller. I'd like to speak to the inspector.
Unfortunately, just a constable, Lady Westmacott. I'm reading The Vicarage in the Mirror right now, for the 5th time at least.
That's nice, Constable...
Zellner. Anton Jakob Zellner.
This is my companion, Miss Miller.
A pleasure. May I ask what you're doing here? Are you on holiday?
Holiday? Yes, so to speak. The first and last holiday of my life.
Madam?
I've been writing since I was a little girl. It became my job, and now I've stopped. So, this must be a holiday.
You quit writing? Impossible. I have all of your books. Your Detective Partout is my favorite character.
Then I have bad news for you. I killed the old wretch off years ago.
I don't understand.
I'd rather not discuss my work, Constable.
Oh, well, fine. Are you traveling to Istanbul, Lady Westmacott?
No, we are on our way to Venice. From there, we will take a ship to Cairo. As you may know, I have a penchant for archaeology. I fund a few excavations in Egypt. I traveled to Egypt by ship as a young woman. And now I'm doing it again as an old woman.
I see. As a writer, you must be very observant, am I right? I mean, you have to study the behavior of people around you to create the characters in your novels, don't you?
I solved the mystery of human nature a long time ago, Mr. Zellner. Since then, most people just bore me.
Really? I had the impression you were eyeing me suspiciously as I came in.
What do you want to know, Constable?
Did you notice the blonde man with the violin case?
I certainly did. He introduced himself and tried to make a good impression. People like him are drawn to wealth and fame, like moths to a flame.
But his charms failed on you.
I know him by name. David Kreutzer. He was a drain on my friend's purse.
Do you think he has a money problem?
People like him always have a money problem. No matter how much you give them, they always spend twice as much and complain that they have far too little.
Bueno,
Did you notice the man who
Vamos a
just
ir con
walked
la
into
charla.
his carriage with a cup of tea?
I did. He seemed nervous. He was waiting at the bar for the steward, and since the steward never appeared, he elected to help himself. He took 2 biscuits.
He seems pretty young, but he's already a professor at the British Museum.
Interesting. I'll have to talk to him later. Just out of courtesy, of course.
Of course. Did you notice anyone else? What about the doctor?
I notice that you've asked me about everyone, except for the inspector who went in the direction of the freight car a few minutes ago. Isn't that the Frenchman who made his name when he caught the Raven?
Observadora, la mujer.
I wouldn't quite say caught.
Well, shot. Why don't you ask me about him and my theory about what he's doing here?
I don't think we should discuss Inspector Legrand's investigation in public.
Legrand, right. That was his name. Will he save the day again? Or will you, Constable?
As much as I'd like to keep talking, duty calls.
You were right.
Madam?
I did observe you as you came in. You seemed so eager.
It's been a long time since I've had a chance to prove myself, madam.
And this is it? Your chance?
I do hope so.
Then grab it. Even small people can make big changes, as my friend Ronald likes to say.
I shall do my best.
Vamos a ver. Lady Clarissa Westcott. El compartimiento cerrado. La puerta compartida del profesor Lane está... ¿Y por qué sale esto? No debería. ¿No? Pues... Bueno, sale el mismo... Vale. Bueno, pues... Ir a lo consiguiente...
An extraordinary woman. Talented, intellectual, extremely rich, and the most successful writer of all time. Yet, they say she can be difficult on occasion, and that she's rather unhappy.
Bueno, vamos a seguir. Vamos a seguir. Vamos a mirar la barra.
I suppose the steward won't object to me having a look around in his absence.
Esperemos.
Perhaps he keeps the compartment keys in there. Locked. Where could he be?
Vamos a seguir mirando cositas en el blog de notas.
The pad on which the steward writes orders. Empty. Maybe he didn't use it because there's not much to do today. The pad on which the steward writes
no puedo
orders.
coger.
Empty. Maybe he didn't use. I don't need the pad, but the pencil might come in handy.
Vale. Examinar
The
tijeras.
steward probably uses the scissors on hard-to-open packages. These days, nearly everything is sealed up tight. A colleague recently told me about dried powdered soup in small bags. I couldn't believe it. I'll leave the scissors here. If I need them, I know where to find them.
Vale, si no me deja coger todo lo que hay.
This is the steward's own little kingdom. But as long as he's not around, he won't be upset if I take a look.
Pastillas.
Pills. For my heart.
Vaya, tenemos el
Supposed
corazón.
to take one if I have trouble. My daughter insisted that I take them with me. She was strongly against this little adventure, but I wasn't about to change my mind. Butterscotch. I've loved them since I was a child. Their only drawback, they don't play nice with false teeth. They're only... Maybe if I just suck it. A shortwave radio. It's amazing how small these things have become in the last 10 years.
Mira, un logro. Bueno, seguramente nos hayamos dejado algo. Hablar con el Dr. Gibbard. Vamos a hablar con el Dr. Gibbard.
Mr.
Zelda.
Right. How can I help you?
Tell me, did you notice anything suspicious here on the train or in Zurich?
You mean, except for the fact that my suitcase was stolen on the platform? No. Is there any reason to be concerned?
No, just routine.
Constable Zellner, please don't think I'm naive. I spotted the inspector from Interpol. Legarde is his name, if I recall correctly.
Legrand.
If you say so. At the train station in Zurich, he put a cash box into the safe, and then kept close watch as it was loaded onto the train. Don't tell me that a man at his pay grade routinely tramps across the Alps just to keep an eye on cash boxes.
A cash box? Like the ones you'd find in safe deposit boxes?
Precisely. And I believe we both have a good idea just what's inside.
I do indeed have a theory, but what's yours?
A ruby was stolen in London. One of the legendary Eyes of the Sphinx. The second jewel, an emerald, is rumored to be in a Swiss bank vault, if I remember correctly. Both jewels were supposed to be exhibited together in Cairo for the first time in 50 years. It does make one wonder.
Indeed. Any news about the robbery in London?
Quite something, wasn't it? It must have been professionals. The way they disabled one of the best security systems in the world. Most impressive.
People were injured.
Well, one cannot execute a robbery of that scale without collateral damage. It seems like the Raven has finally found a worthy successor. We can look forward to new and spectacular coups.
I'm afraid I won't enjoy his exploits this time around if the new Raven is so reckless.
That's your prerogative.
May I borrow your newspaper?
You can take the section with the article on the burglary. You're interested in that bit, aren't you?
You caught me out.
Here you go.
Dankeschön. There's something else. Do you know where the conductor is?
I'd like to know that myself. I told him to search for my missing suitcase in Zurich. He hasn't got back to me yet. He's probably in cahoots with the thieves, and didn't bother getting back on the train. If we don't crack down on vermin like them, the rabble will rule the world one day.
Well, at the moment, we still don't know what really happened.
He is not here doing his job. That's bad enough.
Auf Wiedersehen, Dr. Gebhardt.
Goodbye, Constable. It was a pleasant chat, really.
Me apasiona. Para mí es la autora más importante, saco rabo, del siglo y desde luego la de mayor éxito. Es una pena que haya dejado de escribir, aunque aún no he leído nada al resto de la prensa. Los fans de todo el mundo van a montar en cola cuando se enteren. Los misterios de mayor éxito de Clarice Wedmore son Pequeños indios, muerte en las vías, asesinato en Egipto, bajo la luna llena, un misterioso enredo, la casa del vicario en el espejo, la Pascua de Marie Pourquet. Pequeños indios vendió más de 100 millones de copias, lo que la convirtió en la novela de misterio más exitosa de todos los tiempos. Y el doctor página 7. Ya hablé con el doctor Raden Zurich. Es un médico alemán que planea poner fin a su carrera en Italia. No puedo decir que me caiga especialmente bien, es amable y cortés, pero me da la impresión de que su afabilidad no es genuina, algo falla. Vale, pues vamos a seguir un poquito más, vamos a pasar. Yo creo que vamos a dejarlo aquí. Sí, yo creo que es un buen momento para parar, media horita más o menos. Esto va a ir lento, va a ser una serie con una media horita más o menos cada capítulo, porque igual es un poco pesadito, pero bueno, seguiremos dándole. Yo creo que, bueno, este primer capítulo ha sido una toma de contacto, ha sido un conocer de los distintos personajes que nos iremos encontrando y veremos a ver si vamos resolviendo poco a poco los distintos puzzles y, bueno, dilemas que vayan apareciendo. Ya sabéis, un buen like, un buen comentario, alguna suscripción, seguiremos dándole a este The Raven.